Hello, everyone. How's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to Satisfactory, shall we? And, we're doing just so nicely. Everything is not optimized, but it's still functional. And let's go ahead and see what new objectives we might want to begin working toward. And we can just, go ahead and fill up on anything while we're here. Screws, wire, all of it. Run over here. What you got? Plates, rods. Fantastic. Okay. So, we need to select a milestone. Let's go back to tier 1. And if we get base building, we can actually start, building walls and ramps and foundations and things. So let's do this one. This is really nice. Actually, I lied. Oh, they're both so good. Let's do field research. This will let us get the map. So we'll do field research, but I think we just about have everything that we need here. Now, another question is, by golly, look at this. We have a whole iron node that we're not doing anything with. So, why don't you get me a miner, and we'll just build it. And I'm going to kind of send it off this way. And then we're going to get ourselves a smelter. And we're going to have one here. And remember, if I configure the smelter and say, hey, iron ingots, it does 30 per minute. But this guy is getting 60 per minute. So we're going to just click and copy this. We're going to hold control to just put them side by side, snap them. And we are then going to put a belt coming out, go in there, and we're going to use our splitter, just kind of aim it, and put a belt going in here. So now we have our ore that'll come out and go evenly into the two smelters. Now, that being said, we need to configure this for iron ingots, sure. We have no power. So let's get some. Let me build a power pole. I'm going to click on this wire. I'm actually going to bring it a little closer over here so that I can give this guy some juice. And also that. And oh, you full? Well, by golly. 1, 2, 3, 4, you are full. No problem. We'll just build a pole right there. Put another wire over to this machine back there. And we got it. Let me check the grid. How we doing? We're going to short. If everything's going at full, we do not have enough. So we got to be real careful. So what does that mean? Well, that means we need to do a better job over here. Producing power for our operation. Now, currently, this is making grass biomass, which then makes biofuel. But what if we just said, you know what? I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to, I need to turn it around, put it here. And I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to just put it here. And then we're going to make one for wood as well. And we're going to use a merger on this line. Just aim right at it. And then we're going to just, bam, put that in there. And I need you to make biomass from wood. And we will put any wood that we have in here. We currently don't have a bunch. I'm just going to sort my inventory up. And we need to go chainsawing around, which is just fine. Let's go ahead and cycle down. Oh, but we have no power. So I need to actually take some biofuel. Now, I don't need this much. I'm going to put 100 back in. Here. Here. I'm going to keep... Actually, I don't even need this much. I'm going to split this. Here, take 50 more. 49 is fine. That'll power my chainsaw for quite some time. Okay. So we're going to get some fuel. We are going to need a little bit more power to get as much done as I'd like. And if you're wondering to yourself, as a Fix-It employee, am I terrible for the environment? The answer is yes. Maybe. Not maybe. Just yes. And chop it. Okay. So honestly though, you saw how much biofuel we had? We were in a spot where it looks dire, but it's not. We can easily get fuel because of how efficient this is. We're actually backed up on it. So I'm just going to put all of the wood that I've gathered in here, like so. And I'm going to go back to this. And we'll put all the grass that we've got in here like so. And then I need to get some power back here for this other machine. And we'll just kind of bring it over here. And then there it goes. Now, this is burning 10 per minute. And this is making 60 per minute. So I'm splitting this 1, 2, 3 ways, but we can actually do even better than this, because if this is making 60 per minute and each one of these is burning 10, we could be putting in 3 more of these. So we can simply, this is a merger, I want the splitter. Just going to aim at this until it works. There. Then I'm going to copy this machine. And here it comes. No fuel. Right. We're going to connect this one right there. Now, we don't actually, I'm going to copy this and I'll build another biofuel burner, maybe right, fairly close by. We don't actually need all of these yet. But there we go. There it is. So now let's just take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is, we could split this one more time and make one more to be doing 60 per minute, 10 per minute on every side, and set up for the most power possible. But I don't need to do that just yet. We'll expand in a moment. For now, let's set up what we've got going over here. We have these double smelters. Well, what are we going to do with these, right? Well, what we're going to do with these is we're going to build a constructor. And we need reinforced iron plates. No problem. And by the way, while we were waiting, we have enough screws now. So let's just launch this. Bing, bing. Remember, everything's going all the time. There it goes. Take off.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency in alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Awesome. Okay, so what we can now do is build the MAM. Also, if I push M, I have a map. And the map is amazing. If I zoom in, we can put down markers all over the map. We can see that we're here. We can, search for things. We can put down markers to say this is a point of interest. There's something cool here. And you could zoom in, you could zoom out. It is a wonderful resource for exploration. But before I do any of that, I really do want to make a, get these constructors going. I'm going to flip this around. And, I want to snap this something like that. That seems okay. And we're going to kind of feed in here. And remember, this guy, I'd like to just make screws, but this needs rods to do that. So what we're going to do is say, make me rods. And then there it goes. And it will once it gets power. Now remember, this thing takes 15 per minute, but this guy makes 30 per minute. So I'm going to use my chainsaw and get this guy out of the way. I can just duplicate this constructor and build another one over here. And configure this and say, give me rods. And then we're going to push 6. We're going to split this. Oh, fiddly-dee. It doesn't want to. It says it's, the conveyor belt turns too sharply. So no problem. So we just push F and we kill this. And we will then build another one of these. And we're going to just kind of make sure we have plenty of space. If you make the belt longer, we'll just destroy this belt. It's usually easier to destroy the belt before you rebuild it. And then if you make the belt longer, it's generally easier to just fit that splitter in there. There you go. And yeah, you're making rods. We're getting rods. This is great. Now, these don't have power yet. We're going to do that. But let's play the game. And we're going to just build well, actually, I need to configure this again to rods. There it goes. So this guy is going to make 15 rods per minute. And this guy is going to make 15 rods per minute. And then I need another one over here. And then I'm going to configure it. I'm going to be like, hey, I need screws. And so screws, it needs 10 per minute. So it's a weird ratio. But basically, I can't combine these. These need to go in the same place. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm missing cable. How about that? Now, every once in a while, it's time to, just run back and start picking everything up. Make sure we have enough. Tremendous. So I'm building a bunch over here so I can make screws because you really, really can't have enough. Screw. So now these are both making screws. And what I'm going to do is I am going to... Oh, let's just do something funny. I'm going to build a conveyor like this. And I'm going to build a conveyor like this. And then I'm going to build a merge. Oh, okay, it doesn't like that. Just kill this. Should have built the merge first, but whatever. Now, these don't have power, so they're doing nothing. Now they're going. So what we have are screws, and, they're going to merge. And I'm actually going to just mess around. I haven't done this yet, but why don't we build a lift to get over this conveyor belt? And just say, what I want you to do is I want you to go over this belt. I'm going to just build a lift that exists right there. And I want you to aim that way. And I want you to be that tall for no reason. And then I just need to connect this like this. And here we go. All the screws are now coming this way. So the lift, you set the bottom input and the orientation. And then you can rotate the top output to which direction you want. And you can raise and lower it. And then I'm just going to take this belt and I'm going to send it a-doop-ba-doop all the way. You're saying, where are you going? How can you do this? Oh, we're doing it like this. Okay. Now it almost works. I was going to try to put the screws in with the other screws, which I want to do, but the issue is this is too close. This storage container, I can't fit a merger right there. So what I'm going to instead do is we're just going to break this, no problem. Copy this, and we're going to get one that goes like this, but is a little bit further out. Actually, it might be easier if we just have it over here. And then this guy, we're going to destroy this here and just connect this to that. It's going to clip, but that's okay. And then we just need to build a merger right where we there. Perfect. And then, hey, can you connect to this? You did it. So our factory looks, god-awful. But just like in Factorio, which I have a beginner's guide to that game if you're ever interested in learning how to play, I make spaghetti, which is I make just really, really funny, almost Rube Goldberg-style machines that run all around without too much organization. And yet they work. As you can see, we are merging, and now all of our screws are going in here. So that feels good to get some more screws online. Okay. Now let me check our power situation. How are we doing? We have a 150 capacity and 113 consumption, so that's no problem at all. Now, we need to build the MAM. So we got some new things. We can build the personal storage box, which is great. It's a 25 slot box that you can just put around. It's not as big as... Actually, it's bigger than the storage container, but it doesn't have a opening for conveyors. So these are great to just drop around and put stuff in. But what we got is the MAM. The MAM is the molecular analysis machine, and you use it to analyze new and exotic materials. So this is how we can actually do research to get new things, and we 100% want this, and we are missing some reinforced iron plates. No problem. Oh, by the way, though, let's go ahead and just finish this off and select this milestone of base building. Let me go here, and we'll make some reinforced iron plates. Now I need some concrete. So we just go over to our buddy and pick some concrete up. And my God, we have a lot. Just letting it operate back there. No problem at all. So we can now just build the MAM. And we'll drop it right there is fine. Just kind of right behind our workshop. And remember, you could use this door to get through it if you want to. Now at the MAM, you could configure this, and anything that you have found on these first tiers, you can give it. So, for example, hog research. We do have hog, but nutrients, yep. So let's give it the pale berries. We need to give it 2 pale berries. So you give it these berries, and you just say start research. It doesn't take very long. It takes 3 seconds. And then it tells you analysis complete.
This fruit, dubbed the paleberry due to its tendency to stay light in color even when ripe, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
So every time you find something new, you might want to see if the MAM wants it. So for example, the barrel nut, it wants these. So we could click on this and we have them. So I'm just going to, drop these in here. Oops, okay, click it again and say start research. There you go. Ding.
This fruit, dubbed the barrel nut after its distinctive color, is compatible with the human digestive system and has been added to the object scanner. Further research is available.
Fantastic. And we can start research here.
The remains researched belong to an organism now dubbed the fluffy-tailed hog. It has many characteristics that would likely classify it among the Suidae family were it native to Earth. Hog remains can now be made into alien protein, and additional research may reveal options for improving pioneer safety during exploration.
All right, so I'm going to put these back here. And with the MAM, one of the things you're going to want to be doing is, just trying to find anything new. And you could see we need, for example, these mushrooms, and we need spitters, stingers, and hatchers also. And as rewards for getting down here, we get these kind of things. Now, the fuse was blown, I assume, because we burned through all of our, So we finally did, it looked like we had, so much, but we finally did, in fact, burn through all of our biomass just standing there. And that's sad. But this is, well, the early game indeed. Now, we could use the solid biofuel that we have on us to just turn this back on. And what's this over here? Okay, so there's some Caterium. I'm just going to mine this up.
Unknown metal collected. This metallic element is showing properties similar to those in Group 11 on the periodic table, such such as high conductivity and malleability. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
So you see how right there, what we ended up doing was finding a new metal, and now we can just check that out in the MAM. All right. Now, if you're wondering how we're going to turn everything back on when this kind of stuff happens, when you run out, all we need to do is just handcraft some biomass and put it in there, and it'll turn back on. These big boy trees, we are going to destroy this entire outcropping here. And a mission like this, you see we have 1,000 leaves, we have 400 wood. Like, this is going to give us enough for a long time. Oh, look at this. It's a Mercer sphere. Okay. We're going to collect it. We got it. Run.
The astrobiologist Dr. D.M. Mercer was the first to recognize the presence and probable nature of these alien artifacts. These chain-melted state spheres are named in his honor. Each sphere emits a unique signal. Research it in the MAM to establish locally appropriate classification and application.
All right, so we can research that. Need to eat a bit. That firing at us, well, we just saw that's a spitter. Okay, there's plenty of good stuff here. Let's see if we can go find the spitter. Here it is. We got it. And we killed the spitter. And, oh, here's its remains right there.
Samples of unknown alien species acquired. Their weaponized plasma is most likely stored as a stable chemical substance in an organ close to their mouth, and only turns volatile when exposed to one of the chemical elements in the air. Research the remains in the MAM to establish classification and potential countermeasures.
All right, so that guy stood up and put a bunch of dangerous gas out, so we got to go away from him, but I am going to just put my chainsaw back and get some more. So we killed a spitter, and we ended up getting a Mercer sphere, and there was even some sulfur, it looked like, over there. Here we go. This is sulfur. Let's get it.
Unknown chemical element collected. This non-metallic and multivalent element seems to be present only in a solid state and exhibits a most pungent smell. It is fortunate fix-it helmets are of such high quality. Research it in the MAM to establish classification and potential application.
So, obviously, this is dangerous to us. This will damage you if you get close to it, so we're not going to go there, but my goodness. It's one of my favorite parts of Satisfactory is just standing far back and look at how huge our factory is. And we're very early in the game. This is nothing, but it looks enormous, right? So we're going to go back here, and all we need to do is drop into some of these guys. Oh. Well, I was thinking we had no fuel. We just used more than we can output, but we do have fuel. So instead, let me build another biomass burner and add to this, and we should be okay, actually. Let's see. There we go. So our capacity is at 120, and our max consumption is at 113. Now let me see here. What happened to you? You just have no fuel. So some of these guys were getting fuel, and then the rest of these kind of ran out. Okay, so we did run out. I'm going to give you a bunch of wood. And I'm going to give you, oh boy, a bunch of leaves. And, there you go. And here you go. Now that should do it. Our capacity should go, yeah, there it goes, 150. It should go up even further, actually, once we get fuel into everything. Now, this is taking 120 biomass per minute. But how much are you making? 300 per minute, and you're making 60 per minute. So, honestly, merging these together is not as efficient as it could be. We need to kind of think about the mathematics of this to do a better job distributing. So, like, we could just take this and power some other ones. Like, if this is already, the leaves are just making 60 per minute biomass, which comes in here. It needs 120 per minute to make 60 per minute. So the leaves are giving it 60, but this is giving it 300. So it's getting slightly more than it needs. And we could split this off, actually, and get 150 in here and just take this to another constructor that was making solid biofuel, and then put it on this line to be sure that we had enough for everybody else. Because I think with how many times I'm splitting this, like, the way I'm doing it right now is not correct. Because it is, you can see how this is like getting prioritized. It's splitting it, but then this line is only getting, a third, and then we're splitting it, and then this one is only getting a third of a third of a third. So we need to completely rethink this to make this better. But for now, we do have some power. So we're going to want to definitely next episode redo our power situation and spread it out. But I could, if I wanted to, just dump everything in here. I've got the plates. Plates, we've got them. And that's the beauty of the game. Like, what I'm doing right now is super inefficient on power, but we're still producing plenty of materials to kind of work through this portion of the game and unlock new stuff. So now that we have the base building,
several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
That's true. Distractions. All right, and then next, we definitely want to go to part assembly so we can get assemblers. This is going to help us out tremendously, and we're going to start that. So, everyone, I hope you're still finding this series to be useful and fun. We have a lot of work to do to re-optimize our factory, our power, and now, because we have foundations, we can start ripping stuff up and doing a more precise job of organizing. And we'll get into that next time. I want to say thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody.